It's like a madman.
And we're joining our final episode live streaming.
We are live. I'm not even finished sending out my stuff yet, and he went live without saying that.
Well, I said 6:35. It's 6:35.
That's true.
You were the one
You're
rushing
right.
me. You were rushing me 20
You're
minutes ago.
right.
Get your cigar. Get your cigar.
You're right. I know. You're right. Hello and welcome everybody to Smoking Underground. My name is Devin. This is Gary. I'm speaking really loud, and this guy who you can't see over here is John. Let's let him see you real quick, John.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, you finally get to see him in his double chins.
Yes. Hey, I'm going back to the water. That means I should lose a few pounds.
That's a great
Keep thinking that way. That's how it works.
That truck driving that I do, that over the road stuff.
We want to welcome everybody to the last show in this format before we go podcast only. John, if you can put up that email address real quick.
I'll get there.
Or the banner, whatever works, or the scroller. We will be taking your emails. You can also go to the Smoking Underground or smokingunderground.com and go to contacts and fill that out and say you would like to be placed on the list for the podcast recordings. And whenever we record, which we don't have a time we're going to do that, so it's going to be sporadic. It will go out and you can join in, be in the audience, and hypothetically, you might actually be able to join the show and talk to us.
Yeah.
And remember, anybody tuning in right now, as far as viewership is concerned, if you put it on mute, it won't track as a view. You got to keep it at least at 1%. That's why we see the numbers jump back and forth like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And you can only really watch one show at a time because most of these platforms track your IP. Anyways,
Hey.
I learned a lot being a Twitch
Yes,
streamer.
you do. My God. All right, man.
So that's the email address right there. You go ahead and submit that, or you can go to our website, smokingunderground.com, and go to the contact section. You'll see a bunch of interesting links there as well for Amazon links for a bunch of different things that John has so lovingly placed on there, including, if I'm not mistaken, this beautiful device. I think you put that on there.
I've got something like that on there. I don't know if it's that exact one because you never sent me the
right. But it's a similar one. It's a very nice one. And my dad is listening. That's the Kirk B right there.
Who else is up there? I can't tell.
So Money Badger and IB Weasel. What is up? What is up? What is up?
Well, those are just the commenters. We got a bunch of eyeballs on us.
A bunch of eyeballs. Well, I've been sending out links like a madman, and I request all of the Arc of Fire Gaming Network to join us.
And I haven't replied to anybody who has sent their request in, but I have a bunch of requests to get that feed.
Ooh.
So I'll get on those emails here in the next day or two.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, other than that, how's everybody been? How's your week been?
I don't think it matters. I think let's see.
Dr. D, who I'm gonna show his flex real quick before you answer that question.
Yeah.
Remember I told you the bottle? That's him.
Right.
He was able to properly identify this bottle just from this section right here.
I could just about do that with ring bands.
Yeah.
Just about do it with ring bands.
So I'd like to say cheers to Dr. D and Sir Metal Knight, my Whiskey Talk friends buddies. Cheers.
Oh, either John, you either fixed it or either it was in the court. One of the two.
What?
Somebody, my mic was off.
Go ahead, talk. It's on.
Cool. Good deal.
There you go. All right.
Yeah.
And
Yay.
to my good friend Sora. And so how was your week there, Mr. Gary?
Today's Thursday, isn't it?
It is Thuday.
It was good.
All day.
It was good because today's Thursday and the rest of it's in the back seat.
That's right.
I like that. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh my. Doing homeschooling. Homeworking next week. Shoot. Yeah, buddy. Today is my day. Well, tomorrow will be my day.
How
about you, buddy?
I was just thinking, where's my Rebecca Black music?
Oh my gosh.
Let's bring back history there.
Cringe-tastic voyage.
It's even worse when I sing it.
Oh, I bet it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet it is. Yeah. Now I kind of want to hear it. My week was pretty rocky.
Really?
Yeah, there was a lot of down parts, but some really good parts. So
Okay.
it wasn't the normal consistency.
Okay, good.
But I'm glad to be here today. And I'll be honest with you, Gary. I was sitting at home right before I came here, and there's a little bit of sadness in me, John, about this being the last show in this format. And it turned it around, John, when you told us how to select the cigar. When you told me that, I went, oh my goodness, yes. Because we've never done it like that. We've always had a pre-selected, or we've had like choose between these two. It's never been do this thing and get that within that there. It's never been that.
Now, I know ours. John, did you pick? Yeah, you picked yours, didn't you?
I picked mine.
You got yours. Okay.
But
All right.
And I think we all picked things we've never had.
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
I will be a bitch if I want to. Thank you.
He is
Um,
all the time.
So, John, how has your week been?
I was just wondering if you were even going to be considering and ask me.
I do interviews for a semi-living. I know how not to remember things and how to forget things.
Well, it's kind of how my weeks went.
Yeah.
Started off really, I can actually use the word rocky. There's no double entendre there.
No double entendre with that one.
That's how Monday morning began.
There it is.
And
There it is.
I did text Brandy this morning and said, I could be working at McDonald's on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I know the
I
feeling.
can't quit
I
my
know the
job unless
feeling.
I have another
I
income.
got news for you. They
Yeah.
ain't gonna kick you out here.
Well, good deal.
But no, it's in between that. It's actually been a pretty good week.
Good.
I
Yeah.
put a ton of miles on the road. Lot of I love my Tennessee route
Right.
because it's a lot of 2-lane highways and stuff. So that really just settles. And I learned the other day, last month when I was in Tennessee, I saw this thing in a store and I go, I want to try that. So I bought a 12-pack and took it back to the hotel, and I'll usually have a beer or something. And I've never drank anything like this before. I go,
Right.
damn, this is pretty good. And then I continued to drink. And then I got down to like 1 or 2 cans at the house the other day. And I go, I wonder where I can buy this. You can't buy it in Alabama. So I
Really?
picked up two more 12-packs.
Okay, there you go.
What kind?
Hard Mountain Dew.
You were telling us about that. Yeah.
It's 5% alcohol. They have a Baja Blast. They have a
A Baja Blast, man. I have a friend of mine who would
they
he would
have-
die to get some of that.
They have Mountain Dew flavor. They have a dark cherry.
Good.
Alcoholic sugar.
I can't remember. No,
Alcoholic poison sugar.
zero sugar.
Zero.
Zero sugar in these.
Oh,
And
that's-
Alcoholic aspartame poison.
I can actually drink them. My blood sugar doesn't change. And I don't necessarily feel them, but it's but drinking the Mountain Dew one,
Yeah.
it tastes just like a Mountain Dew Zero.
That's what we should give kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
To chill them out in school,
Yeah,
right?
It's like flavored cigars.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I don't know if it's a seltzer. I don't know because it's not labeled as a seltzer. And I swear I would never drink that. I don't know if it's like one of those hard lemonades, but with Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But no. So it kind of made my day. I was going to buy some the first night I was in Tennessee, and I go, gee, it's going to get cold tonight. I don't want it to freeze. And I went to the second store the next morning. First of all, I didn't know you could buy. I even asked, can you buy alcohol before noon in this county? I don't know. We're going to find out.
We're going to find out.
And they actually had the individual flavors and the mix pack. So I bought
Nice.
a 12-pack of my favorite and a 12-pack of the mix.
Okay.
So,
Well, there
and
you
then
go.
I'm going to Illinois next week, and they sell it in Illinois too. But
Well, it sounds like your week's turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then we're here today.
Then we're here
Yeah.
today.
And so, without further ado, because I want to smoke something.
a
I don't know about y'all. Without ado. So,
Without a do, I just brought back 24 dues with 5%.
That's true.
off.
but there's none here right now. Well,
No.
not any of the hard ones anyway.
I can't bring them.
So I'm gonna let John say what he's smoking
Yes,
real first
good idea.
because he's off camera.
Yeah.
So what are you smoking, Mr. John?
Put
And
that thing in front of the camera,
I think I can put this back in. I might be choppy, but
man. Speed it up.
I've never smoked this before. But even our regular Padron 45 smoker thinks this is, buys a box, probably 2 boxes a week. This is a treat cigar for him, and every now and then, like when we need to get a couple extra points or something, he'll pick up his Padron 80th Maduro.
Yeah.
And I've never had one. I figured
Is that right?
It's wonderful, and I can tell you that it's a Padron, so it's going to be amazing.
I'm not a big Padron guy, so this is a real risk for me.
Yeah. I'm a Padron fanboy. You know that.
I almost did the 45 because I've never had the 45 to see what all these people, because we run out of 45s like crazy here.
Yeah, Devin was actually, I think, looking for the 50th.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, it was. Couldn't find it.
It's in there.
Like, okay.
Then I turned and I saw what Gary and I were smoking, and I went,
Yeah.
I'm never going to smoke this one on my own. Like, I'm never going to do this on my
I've
own.
got a story about how 2550s are in my office right now.
Oh, snaps. So that's what
That's $1,200 worth of cigars, by the way.
there you go. And switch the camera back for us.
And we had a guy in Sunday that was smoking something he's not supposed to,
No.
but he brought it in, little Robusto size. You know, he's
Nice.
a troublemaker.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like 20 or 24 in a box, and the box is $7,000.
Really?
And he's had one of them before, and he hated it.
Yeah.
And his buddy said, "Well, if you get past the first inch or so, it becomes good." I said, "We can cut off the first inch."
Yeah.
But I can't remember. It might have. I believe it's Cuban. I believe it's a Monte Cristo, but I don't know for sure.
Right.
Ignorance is bliss sometimes.
Yeah.
Money Badger, he does have another stick burning. He was smoking another one right before he's lighting this one up.
Good eye, D.
So-
Very good eye, D.
Oh yeah, I've got a Papa Fritas,
Yeah.
Papas fritas.
which is about. Well, I'm going to say I'm not a big Liga Privada fan.
Yeah.
But this
But that
one's
one's not bad.
This one's
Not
actually
bad.
been pretty good to me. So,
Right.
Yeah. The Papas fritas is a nice alternative.
but that's
That's
the way
good
you do
stuff.
it. You smoke a cigar and you sit it down and you enjoy the show cigar, and then you go back to the one from before.
Of
That's right.
course. Right on.
All right. So
Ah,
I can't stand it any longer. Without further ado, this is something Gary and I were standing in the humidor, the select humidor, where I don't think we were dressed properly enough, Gary.
no,
I think we
was,
needed a suit and tie to be
I
in there.
actually imagined myself in a tuxedo
Yeah.
when I went in there.
Yeah.
And
Some tails.
And it's almost it almost worked. But,
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Back down to reality.
And I'm doing it.
Do it.
The Davidoff Year of the Rabbit.
No rabbits.
This is a $50 stick. It is absolutely gorgeous. It smells amazing.
Yes, sir.
So tell us a little bit about this stick.
Oh, now this one right here is has got all of my stuff in it. Outside Ecuadorian sun grown. Outside the binder. The binder is San Andreas. Both are right down my alley, right there.
Mm.
And then of course the inside is I didn't remember, so I did the Dominican Republic. It's Yamaha. It's Yamasol.
Yamaha.
Yeah, Yamaha.
Got a little oily taste to
It
it.
says, thanks, Gary's mic's off again.
Uh-oh, there it goes. All right. It's a Yamasol Dominican San Vincent Ligero, San Vincent Seco, and Blito Seco. So all of it is Dominican, but different parts in different regions. So awesome. I'm stoked for this. Totally. That's what we're looking at here.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice cigar to say the
Yeah.
least.
And I'm about to light mine up right
Yeah, me too. And as we're lighting it up, comes, like I said, the recommendation for my good buddy Josh. I am drinking the Joseph Magnus Cigar Blend Bourbon, a straight bourbon whiskey finished in a sherry and cognac cask. 64.22 alcohol by volume. This is batch 44.
What do you think of that, D? You think that's all right right there?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, D. You think?
I'm looking
Daryl-
forward.
Daryl seems to know his stuff a little bit about whiskey itself, so I figured I'd throw that out there. Let's see.
Is mic coming through clear on yours? Perfect light,
Come to day.
clean and smooth.
Let's see what we got here. See if I can hear. Let's see. Let's see if I can taste hints of Atabay in here.
Hints of Atabay. How dare you? That is nice and smooth
God,
as you'd
that's
expect
smooth.
from a Davidoff.
Wow.
So cheers.
Whiz-zoos. That's
Cheers,
smooth.
everybody. Dang
Ah.
Bay.
Yeah. Here's cheers. Indeed
Cheers.
so, sir. There you are. Right there.
John's holding up his water
There
bottle.
you go.
Clink,
Clink.
clink.
Called it my
Clink.
vodka. That's what my water was. Water bottles were in high school.
Oh, good job, Davidoff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sporting that Arc of Fire lighter.
Oh,
So-
my goodness.
As we said before, you just submit to the email address you see right there, or go to our website, Smoking Underground, and go to the contacts and say you want to be on the list for podcast recording.
When was the last time you had something? Now, what? And of course, now us as a group here, we've done the Atabay. I've done the Atabay a while back, but we have done the Byron and we've done the Alfonso here.
Uh-huh.
When was the last time that you had something this good on your own?
On my own.
When's the last time you really celebrated something and really got into the box, into the deep, and really got that good stuff and said, you know what, I'm going to celebrate this? Job, house, car.
I don't remember, to be honest with you, but I got a bad memory when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Okay, all right. Mm-hmm.
No, a car is just an everyday thing.
Oh, I did, D. I did.
Yeah,
I did. Took my breath away a little bit there. Yeah.
Take my breath away.
Oh, goodness. Boy,
So-
unlike this one. Wow. Man, this is
John, we got any cigar news that would
Good.
be worth talking about?
I didn't look.
Okay.
I could. I
Yeah.
just kind of
Yeah.
figure this is a relaxing.
This is a relaxing.
oh my gosh.
We're chilling like a villain on penicillin.
My.
I'm enjoying all this. Your phone's ringing, and we're enjoying.
And this is a perfecto, by the way. So you got pointed on both ends.
Right.
And I love the perfecto because it literally has a lot of complexity in the sense of when you light it, as opposed to when it starts getting down the body of the cigar itself. So you got a little change in pace whenever it comes to the sort of the fatty section, if you will.
Fatty 2x4.
Man, yeah. Okay,
There's
I'm
not much
getting-
to say here because
I'm getting a little bit of spice off of this, off
Mm-hmm.
the fat end right here, man. That's that Lajero kicking in.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You're the rabbit, man.
Well, what's the
Mm.
viewers say? I said it last week on the show, and I mentioned it to a couple people on Sunday when I worked. That is it arrogant to be smoking these $high cigars, or is this what you want us to be smoking? Because
That's a great question.
because or should we be smoking the everyday cigars? Do you want us to review the everyday stuff? Do you want us to review the $high stuff? Do you want to mix? I'm sitting down in a couple of days and we've got the episodes laid out for the next couple of months. We're going to lay out the cigars because we're going to have some promotions to deal with that.
There will be enough whiskey of this left over. I'm not drinking all of it, money. I'll leave some for you guys. Maybe I might take the bottle home with me. I'm just joking. I'm not going to do that.
Go, hey, D, go get some. Bring it by Saturday.
So, no, that's a great question. I've actually thought about that too, because like, how awesome would it be to be running the podcast and like only reviewing these really expensive cigars at the same time? They're like, yeah, that's great and all, but I can't get that.
See that?
But I think our consistency of $high cigars,
yeah.
like every once in a while, it's not a bad thing. Mix it up a little bit.
Well, Yeah, because I mean, it's like I was trying to explain earlier. You know, when's the last time you had this?
Right.
When's the last time that you've actually had something like this?
I think the last
Yeah.
high dollar cigar I purchased was that Padron 45, and that's probably 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what
Right.
you're classifying. I think when I went to Virginia earlier this year, we had a cabin on a lake and stuff like
Right.
that, and I sat down with a rare pink and had that just relaxing on
Okay. You did a rare pink. That's not bad at all.
So. And I mean,
What am I
usually when I'm home and I want to sit down and like when I go sit down on one of my decks and look at the lake and things like that, and Randy's with me and we're both sitting out there, I usually pick a higher dollar cigar as opposed to because we're going to sit, we're going to relax.
Right.
I can enjoy the cigar and the conversation, kind of like I do in the cigar shops.
Sure.
And sometimes when I come into the cigar shop, I'll smoke a higher dollar one. I smoke the cheap ones or the more inexpensive ones on my shift. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if it's special, but it's usually a nicer cigar or a special cigar. I mean, again, I'm smoking the crap out of those Oliva 135s, and we had the Warlock or Warzone in. We found a box or two. Those sold out right away here. And
Gosh.
And I go, I got a box of those. I need to swing by, pull those out.
Look at that. Got to level it out. What's funny is I was thinking about it now. I would say Monday because a customer bought me an Alfonso.
There we go.
And Dr. D, Sir Metal, and Robert, we all went to Cahaba and had a nice smoke, So that's what we did. It was great. Does that mean we're still broadcasting?
Yes.
Right?
No,
okay.
Good.
Yeah, that's just the display.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's not the actual broadcasting platform. So I had in wonderfully freezing cold weather, and I'm not exaggerating because I like cold weather.
Man.
We put the heaters on. We got out a new tabletop game or a card game called Doomlings.
Neat.
And we were drinking Cahaba beers,
Dude.
And Metal and I were smoking Alfonsos.
Isn't that nice?
It was a bro time right
that
there,
is
man.
So cool. Oh my God, that's awesome. I did the Padron 50th.
Yeah.
But it was back when I was working here.
Right.
And had a guy come in by the name of Tyler Turner. Tyler, good dude. Country boy.
Country boy will survive.
And he's one of those kind of guys that remodels, Las Vegas hotels.
Right.
Built parking decks and so on and so on and so on. So even a good dude like he is right there, he says, hey, he says, he come in here, sat down, and we got along like peaches and cream. Great dude.
Right.
He said, what do you want? I said, what do you mean what I want? He said, no, what do you want? And I said, I don't care, pick it out. He said, you sure you want me to pick it out? I said, I will. Yeah, okay. So he said, he's all right. So he got 250s and put them on the counter. And he said, one of these is yours. I said, okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, and about halfway down, now granted, 50th anniversary is a double Corona or a Churchill.
Right.
And about halfway down, he hits me up. I'm back behind the counter and I'm sitting on the stool and everything's starting to shift. Everything's starting to, well, and it probably wasn't 10 seconds after I noticed that things are starting to sort of rock a little bit. And he's sitting over there and he's in his chair. And the next thing you know, he says, hey, and he looks up at me and I said, yeah, what you got? And he says, is this thing kicking your ass? And I said, kind of, yeah, it is. He said, it's wearing me out. It took me 3.5 hours to smoke that cigar.
Wow.
3.5 hours. I had to smoke that thing low and slow.
Low and slow.
And man, I enjoyed every ounce of it. It was
Wow.
good.
It's I like what Oscar said to us one
Man.
time when we did an interview with him back in probably about a year ago now.
God, what which one?
I think the very first one for Smoking Underground. And he said, all great major decisions are done with a cigar in your hand.
Well, Winston Churchill said.
Yeah. And he quoted him, and I was like, you're absolutely right, because I've had some deep conversations, some
Oh, yeah.
life-changing
Yeah.
conversations
Yeah.
with my friends
Right.
and family
Yeah, man.
over a cigar.
Yeah, there ain't no
Right.
telling how many deals have been made in that lounge right there that have increased careers,
Yeah.
have patched relationships, have done things, have gotten promotions, have have all of that in business deals, through
Well,
this right here.
I would encourage everybody to sit down and think about that. If you got a story and you can type it out real quick, tell us. Tell us about a time when cigar changed your life. Feel free. If you don't get it in today, send it to cigars@smokingunderground.com. Or go to the website and hit the contact button and type it in there.
Yeah.
And the great thing about that is we'd love to get a good, endearing story, something we can read on air. I think that'd be a nice addition, is like cigar mementos,
Well, I can create a call-in on the website where people could actually just call in and voice.
Oh, see, now that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. Man, that would be just
as I'm
crazy cool.
as I'm revamping the website in the next couple of days, getting ready
Oh.
for the new show.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll throw one of those in there. So, not right now.
I got you.
Give it a couple of days.
Gotcha.
We did have a couple. We had a question earlier, and I know we're having trouble with their monitor.
Yeah.
Were there any events coming up?
Yeah. Tell us about some events. I'm
I-
hoping the Ducks Unlimited's coming soon.
Well, Ducks Unlimited will be spring, early summer, like
Yeah,
usual.
right.
I was supposed to sit down with Harris today and kind of really push him on some of that stuff, but Harris isn't feeling well today. So we didn't get that done. I did notice that we had some Christoph TAAs
I saw that.
Really?
on
Yeah.
the table, which is a big surprise because it's been a while since Christoph's
Yeah,
have-
right.
new Christophs have made an appearance. I
Right
didn't
on.
see anything else in the
Yeah.
humidor. And I know the rep, former Behind the Curtain host, and what's his name? Case,
Glenn Case.
Glenn Case.
Yeah.
They're they're on a 2-month tour right now.
Oh, really?
wow.
Maybe not right now. Maybe starting in February,
That makes sense.
they're going to be on a 2-month tour.
Yeah,
So
but warm up
and,
a little
and,
bit.
and maybe said rep will still have a job at the end of those 2 months.
I hope so.
Oh my God!
And I know Christoph's got a new cigar coming out in tribute because Glenn Case had a severe motorcycle accident, hit a
no.
guardrail, and
Yeah, right.
tore himself up pretty good.
Yeah.
And he's been out of play for a while, and he's returned, I guess, in full force. So he, what do I want to say? He made a tribute cigar, and I can't remember the details. I heard about it, but they're what do I want to say? He's got tobacco from a region that's never been in a cigar before.
Interesting.
I really wish. I could remember
Interesting.
that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm saying too much, but don't tell me anything.
Cigar
if you
made
don't-
in the Alaskan region.
Right.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alaskan
you know,
tobacco?
Well,
Yeah, that's it.
everything's real popular. It's in Dutch Harbor tobacco.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, straight from Pakistan. Yeah,
That's right.
Got it. Yeah,
It's not dry. It's not,
No, not at all.
broken, freezer burned or
Yeah,
nothing.
exactly. Got a little sandy taste to it.
Yeah,
It's okay.
It's either got some gold or some cod.
There you are.
That's right. Too much mercury in your system. Come on.
Oh Lord.
Well, that should be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Good events
So-
coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm not promising, but I guess that long story was maybe
Yeah.
we're going to have a Christoph
so
event.
so Glenn made a Glenn got to where he was starting to brand Christoph about 12 years ago. He was going to start branding Christoph, and what I mean by that is alternative items So he started branching out, and he made a barbecue sauce to die for. That stuff was luscious.
Luscious.
It was delicious.
Luscious,
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm telling you, that stuff was good.
Luscious.
And the bottle was only about that big. It wasn't that big at all. And at that time, it was $5. And man, I got me a bottle of it. I went through it like water. But boy, it was good. And next thing you know, it's discontinued. He said, I sort of just put that by the wayside there. But man, it was good. Wow.
I still got mine intact. Money was like, yeah, that's got some white ash on it.
Yes, it does.
It's right. I like my white
Yes,
ash.
it does.
It's got a nice kind of feathered look to the ash. It's not parallel lines.
Yeah, and I'm smoking mine way too fast. I'm loving it though.
It's
loving it.
It's the Christoph guardrail.
Is that really what it's called?
Yep.
Really?
Wow, that is a tribute.
Go, Glenn.
Glenn Case, owner of Christoph Cigars, an
Fun.
avid motorcyclist, was in Oklahoma for an event in 2019. While in Oklahoma, he was riding when his back tire gave way, causing him to crash into a guardrail. The accident landed him in the hospital. Upon his release, he was in a wheelchair with a long road to recovery.
Wow.
Now he's turned this near-death
Man, he
experience as a tribute to his second chance at life. This medium-bodied cigar features a dark Brazilian wrapper over Dominican binder and fillers from Zimbabwe.
Oh, Zimbabwe. Oh, there we are.
Africa.
Can't say I've ever heard of that.
And
Yeah.
the Dominican Republic. So
Zimbabwe.
When is this slated to come out?
it's actually out. Hopefully, this is an encouragement to Harris to get.
Harris?
Yeah,
I
please,
Can't tell you,
get
I can't
some.
tell you where to
Harris,
get it, but
don't listen to Rocky.
I'd like to have a tobacco that I've never tried before.
Don't listen to Rocky. Get the Zimbabwe.
Why would he listen to Rocky?
The Zimbabwe.
it's the
Does
guard.
Rocky not like the?
He don't.
He's not a Christoph fan.
Well, it doesn't matter what he likes. It's what sells, baby.
See? That's thank you.
We'll talk after the show.
Right on.
You're gonna get too deep there.
God. Holy moly. Oh, jeez.
So
we did have another question on the emails.
okay,
Let me
an
see
email
if-
question.
Let me see if I can find the emails.
Can you drop that cigars at Smoking Underground, please? When you get a second.
Do what?
The email.
It's up there.
I know. I want it down. I want them to see my name and and Gary's name.
Devin wants his belly shown. He wants his flat ass shown.
I'll just take the banner off and
No, don't take the banner off.
Don't take the banner off.
You don't want to see what's under that banner.
No.
Gary would pay for that.
No. Yeah.
right.
What's the best cigar to smoke after a big meal? Schwisser Sweet or a Black and Mild?
Ah, nice. Well, if after a $2 steak, I think it'd be appropriate. I really do.
I think you should
know-
delete your email account.
Well, some of us enjoy the Sizzler.
Well, see, here's what I say. A Black and Mild,
John, you all over me tonight, buddy.
a Black and Mild
Lord.
is good to like you light it and then
Golly.
set it up like an incense stick because it actually has a decent little incense like kind of smell.
Yeah, yeah.
Keeps the mosquitoes away. while
Right,
You're having
yeah. That's why you buy those
Yeah,
that brand
and everything
cigars.
else.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call them cigars, but they're technically cigars. I'm not biased or nothing. I remember being in Florida one time. I was working a job when I was younger, and the guy's like, "I know you smoke cigars, man. You ought to get some." I was like, "They got some in the gas station." I walked in there.
Of course. In the bathroom.
Yeah, he had Black and Miles.
Put a quarter in there and you get one out.
No, he had Black and Miles. I'm like, you know what? I've never actually had these before. I bought them. I can tell you right now, they were in my humidor. The last four of them
Geez.
have been in my humidor
God.
since I was 19
Holy
because I
moly.
smoked like one of them, and I went, "This is the worst thing I have ever tasted."
You need to throw that humidor out.
I was going to say, so they've been in
Gone.
there for a decade,
Lord,
contaminating
child.
all
Oh,
the other cigars.
Yeah.
you put in.
Lord. Put a radiation on emblem on the top of the humidor there and get rid of it.
Yeah.
So you dress up like Walter White,
Ugh.
get your hazmat suit on.
Right.
you
That's
reach
right.
in.
That's right.
Right.
But you know what I'd like to do real quick is I'd like to thank everybody who watches us, who's been here, new people to the consistency, to everybody.
Thank you.
To
Thank you.
to
Three
Jason
back
Robnett,
doors.
who kind of kicked it off during COVID, who got it rolling. To John entering in with us, to Gary going in, and thanks to the viewers, and we're
No,
going to keep
big
going.
time. Big time. Yeah.
You guys are the reason
Yeah.
we still continue to do this,
Yeah.
despite the lack of marketing effort. I'm not speaking honestly or nothing.
No, not at all.
But we're going to go to the
Tons only.
podcast one, and hopefully some of y'all can join us, and you can
Oh,
be
it's
a
going
part
to
of
be a
it.
ball.
Because I love your idea of like
Yeah.
doing a call-in.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah. So we're going to have this thing a little bit more dynamic to where everybody can actually literally join in. And this is going to be a big HERF, y'all. So right now we're looking
Love
at two
that
dimension
phrase.
here. So just stay tuned because everybody's going to be involved.
Brothers
you know.
and sisters of the
I've been
League.
doing
Indeed.
some testing on one of my other podcasts,
Did you really?
and so far it works really well. The only thing
Right.
it's
Right.
not active right now, but it's supposed to come shortly,
Yeah.
is being able to pull you into an episode.
Right.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Right.
I can't wait to do that.
That's going to be
that
great.
that would be for the people that have sent me an email and are watching the episode live. The people
Yeah.
that are commenting right now, all of you should be sending us an email.
should.
Look at that
You
as
should.
thing that's blocking Devin's
Right.
gut.
You know who I'd like to have on here is my friend AC, who smokes a lot of the Joram Ivories, because I'd love to have her opinion of that genre of smoking. 'Cause we sell
Interesting.
those.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But
We
then,
sell a lot of those.
well, it's a clove, so
Yeah.
it's a little different. It's
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit. Just
Oh,
a
this
tad.
just changed again on me.
There you are.
Yep.
There you go.
It just mellowed out.
Man.
It's had this kind of dynamic, like hard spice and typical Davidoff, and now it just changed to like, hey, I'm Davidoff that's now sitting back and relaxing.
It's normally whenever you're talking Lajero type tobacco inside of a cigar, it is normally hard to burn. It's a thick prime leaf. It's strong, and normally it is really tough to burn. But in this particular case here, and it's harsh.
Nobody's
Normally harsh. So it's almost like Latakia in pipe tobacco.
Yeah.
But in this right here, it has a spice. But what the blender did on this right here is actually pack this thing down just a little bit to blend right into it. So I'm actually catching more spice than I did on the first of it.
Yeah.
And it is mixing like cream.
Hey,
It
you know
is
what I'm gonna
doing
do?
Good, dude. I'm scared to ask.
You know what I'm going to do?
Oh,
Because I hadn't done this in a while.
you're gonna stay clothed, right? Go ahead. Oh, you are. I hope Oscar's watching.
I hope Oscar's watching.
hope
I'm going to
Oscar's
dip
watching.
a $50 cigar
Dip it.
into a $30 a shot.
Dip it. Dip it good. Dip it good, buddy. Yeah, it is right there. Oh, looky.
Do
Yeah.
I have a wah, 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 wah sound effect?
Oh my. How did that treat you there, buddy? Oh God. He quivered a little bit. You got a tube sock on you? No.
a little orgasm.
it too late.
No, I don't need it too late, huh?
We better not
You
move
know what's
that
sad is
banner
my
right.
father's watching this. My father's watching this.
Well, it's okay. Ain't nothing he ain't never heard before.
That's right.
For sure.
That's right.
He just ain't caught you.
I heard something on a show one time, and it's like
We don't want to know if he
the
did.
guy was talking to his wife was doing a segment on the show, and she was saying something about let your guy go out because they'll keep him off of you. And he goes, our pastor watches this, and she goes, he's got 3 kids. He knows what I'm talking about.
There you are. Oh yeah, man, yeah.
That was better than I thought it was going to be. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you.
And I got to say, man, along the Byron and Atabay, Alfonso, grab this,
Yeah.
grab one of these.
I highly recommend it. Put this
Wow.
thing in your humidor. Let it sit for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Grab your 2. To be
Gan.
honest with you.
yeah.
Smoke one now. Smoke one at least 2 weeks later, and just
Just-
enjoy the year of the rabbit. And
yeah,
to everybody out there who
Yeah.
knows, because
yeah,
I know, go and see Fachai,
yeah.
and happy Lunar New Year.
Oh yeah, man, this is good, dude. Wow. You know, and I just don't do a lot of small batch stuff. But boy, when I do, man, it's worth every nickel.
This
Good.
definitely isn't your $10 stick.
That is for sure,
Yeah.
sir.
I did a cut and light recently, John, and they
Where at?
had
Where at? Can you
the
remember?
Farrell.
There, okay,
It
yeah,
was a guy's 50th birthday,
nice.
and they had some Monte Cristo White Label, some, and it tasted like crayons to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'm glad I brought some of my own cigars because I
Yeah.
smoked one of theirs, and I went, I think I'll smoke mine for the rest
Yeah,
of the
they
night.
probably mixed it in with that acid in that humidor there.
I don't know. It had sat in the humidor well enough. Harris brought it, set it in the humidor in Trustville. Then I took it and had it in my house for one day, and I was just like,
I was exposed to those Swisher Sweets.
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's exactly right. Nailed it.
So here's a good question I have for y'all, and feel free to comment now or afterwards, and we'll try to check the comments before the next show. Is what do you remember the first episode you ever caught of this show done by Cigars and More?
Well, I know one person
From
who's
behind the curtain to Smoking Underground. What's the first show you can remember? Either a general time frame or you remember what we were talking about. Let us know in the comments, in the emails, in the comments after the show. Let us know. Tell us, what you think John looks like before you actually got a chance to see him, because everybody thinks he looks like a gargoyle. They're not wrong, but he's glaring at me right now.
He's going to
You're
cut
not-
your
you're
mic
not-
off.
I say you're not exactly all wrong.
Right. Hey, so John, how you enjoying it? I'm a Padron fanboy, so I would love to know your.
Oh, here we go.
There's the
It's-
sigh.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. Wow.
It started out bad.
What?
And I got through that first inch. I don't know.
He's
it's
resisting,
smooth.
trying to say he's like.
Mm.
It's smooth. It's got a little. It's a good cigar. I honestly expected more. I have a feeling I prefer the natural over the Maduro.
Really?
You know what's funny is
You
as
want
I've
more-
gotten older, I'm the same way.
You want more spice in it then?
I think that's
Wow.
it. It's a little.
A little flat,
yeah,
if
it's
you
a-
will.
it's a
Not
little-
flat, but smooth,
It's a
too
little
smooth.
bland. It's like
Yeah.
eating nursing home spaghetti.
Right. Gotcha. I wouldn't know that.
Apt
Wouldn't know that.
description, sir.
Yeah. No, wouldn't know that. But
Now-
yeah.
No,
and
yeah.
that's not a knock on the cigar or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
It's a statement about my palate. I grabbed the wrong cigar. At some point, I will grab a natural and give that a try.
Yeah, boy. I'll be right there.
No, I can tell you, as my cigar smoking, since I started when I was 17 and I smoked and blah, 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 but I didn't really get into it until I moved here, 2013,
Where from?
Atlanta.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And so I would have to say I started out with mild and then I moved straight to the darkest thing on the planet. I was smoking
yeah.
nothing but Maduros.
Yeah.
Loved every single Maduro.
Yeah.
Got
right
it.
on.
And in the past year, John, I know exactly what you're saying because I'm like, no, if they've got a natural version, I'll take that over the Maduro.
Well, I started out with like a night. Really, when I moved down here is when I really jumped into cigars. That was 15 years ago. And remember, because I tried to order a box and got mad at Gary because my box never came in, and eventually they credited me back my money. And
Well, Gary
and
actually
that was-
took that box
And
just to
that-
let
that
you.
was
yeah,
it
it's
was
still
be
going.
honest, it's the size that I went back to. It was a really short, like 4-inch figurado shaped Rocky Patel vintage 1999.
Oh, okay, nice.
And
Yeah.
never got my box of them. Really enjoyed those cigars. I couldn't tell you the last time I smoked a vintage 99. Maybe a Sunday. But I quickly went to the Camacho Triple Maduro
Great cigar.
pre-Davidoff.
Ooh.
And again, I think there were some changes. I don't think as radical as some things that used to be my go-to cigar, and can't even recommend
Rest
it.
in peace, Camacho Candela.
But I stayed with that dark heavy. That's how I found Christoph, because they had a Maduro like I
Yeah.
expected a cigar. Their Maduro was oily.
Maduro Ligero.
and
Yes, sir.
they're not quite quite as oily anymore, but they're still a good stout cigar.
Oh,
But-
yeah, they are.
Lately, I've been back to that smaller, more mild cigar, but
Yeah.
I like a lot of spice in them. And,
Same.
And I'll be honest, again, it's not a knock on the cigar. It's a statement of my palate.
Right.
And that's why we have 2,500 selection or facings
Right on.
Right.
in just the humidor here. I've never been a huge Padron fan.
Right.
It's just not my go-to. Usually when I walk into that humidor, I'll grab a Julius Caesar. That's
Yeah.
one of my,
Yum.
because it's a little, I describe it. It's a very mild. It's a
Right.
very mild cigar. It's
Yeah.
not over the top because
Right.
it's so smooth,
Right on.
but it has enough flavor that you
Right.
don't get bored with it. So to
Yeah.
me, it's my most often recommended celebratory
good
cigar because
Yes,
it's
sir.
also a very nice price point because it's still sub $20.
Right on,
Yeah.
John.
So
Right on.
You know, speaking of Christoph, you know what I miss? And you can tell me all day that it's the same cigar just with a new name, but it is.
Britannia.
Yep. That was my favorite Christoph.
Yeah.
I loved everything about that.
Yeah.
And to my fellow nerds out there,
Yeah.
it always made me think of Assassin's Creed,
Mm.
Black Flag. And I just had a great connection with that cigar. I
Mhm.
enjoyed it. And I'm telling you, I had a Britannia in my hand that I had saved. And then when they switched it to what they call it now is sun grown,
Mhm.
I smoked them back to back. And I went, these are not the
Not
same.
the same.
cigar.
No.
They're
No.
similar, but they are not the same.
There's one I want you to try.
Okay.
There's one I want you, and they should have it down at Trustful.
Trustful.
I want you to try the Camacho Unleashed.
I have.
the
Very good.
Connecticut.
we've had
Oh,
it,
you've had that.
we've had it on both of them on the
We-
show.
yeah,
The
have
Unleashed
we?
and the
Okay.
Unleashed.
They are very good. I got to say, just proper kudos to Camacho in general. From their lightest to their darkest, they always have a nice complexity to them that you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
just good,
Right.
as you would expect,
Right.
strangely enough, from Camacho before Davidoff
Right.
and from Davidoff.
Right.
It's just good.
Yeah.
If you're like, I can't decide, I know this one's good, but I'm just not in the mood to like really take in all the flavors and I don't want to think about it too hard. Not to say you're not a thinker if you buy this, but you get yourself a Camacho,
Right on.
you're just gonna be able to sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, I agree. And thank Christian Aroa for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he still makes them. He still does it. It still comes out of the same factory.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean,
And
so
you know how
it's-
much of a fanboy I'm becoming of the
Ro-
Aroa brand.
Aroas? Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, that
brother.
20th is one of my go-tos.
I want to go back to your statement on
Okay.
Christoph's, and it goes back to my statement on Padrons, how everybody has their own palate.
Right.
I'm a huge Christoph guy. I
Amen.
like Christoph's.
Here, here.
Britannia is my least favorite that
Interesting.
they've ever made.
Okay.
Yeah, and see,
Okay.
that's the,
but the Padron is your favorite
Oh,
cigar. So
everything about them.
you and I have a completely different palate when it comes to
Yeah.
and ironically enough, you guys like spicy stuff, right?
Yep.
Do you like Tabasco? Do you like hot stuff? Do
I
you
like-
like hot stuff?
Nope.
I love Tabasco. I love
I
hot.
like my
The
stuff mild.
spicy. The spicier it is,
No,
I love
thank
it.
you.
Love it. But when it comes to my cigars, they got to be smooth.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
right.
like smooth, but I gotta have some excitement out of it. Now, when I go to Taco Bell, I'll get the
The
Diablo.
complexity is
I'll get the
different. Right.
Diablo sauce a lot of the time,
Right.
He
which
just
is-
brought up Taco Bell
which is
in a
supposed to be
cigar
the
connoisseurs podcast.
which is supposed to be their hottest sauce. But I'm not a big Tabasco
Right.
guy.
See?
I do like a little bit of heat, but I'm not. I don't go
Right.
in and get my. I don't go for the super mega nuclear
Exactly.
explosion wings.
There you are.
Part of that is I usually get naked wings or dry rubs because
There you
the,
go.
I like buffalo.
the,
There you
the,
are.
the sauces get on my fingers.
Right.
I think he's a fancy
He's,
man. He can't have
he's
a
not a
finger.
finger licker.
Just being dirty and spicy.
It gets my white gloves dirty.
Oh my goodness. I can see the thumbnail for the podcast when it comes out in static form. It's gonna just be a Taco Bell packet.
Yeah.
I can see that. Like, despite Devin, I'm going to put a Taco Bell packet as the thumbnail. Oh,
But yeah, it's weird how that palette turns around. And
It
does that,
really
you know,
is.
that's crazy. But
Well, you know
yeah.
what would be interesting is to talk to my friend Dr. D and Metal about their cigar preferences because they both like rye whiskey. I'm not a big fan of rye whiskey.
See, I am too.
I don't like that tinge of the flavor in a rye.
Yeah.
Basil Hayden is about as close as I'll get, and you enjoy it. Like when I did the Midnight Dram, I think it was last week. Didn't enjoy it that much. It was okay, but like my buddy Josh goes, "You're crazy. That's an expensive pour, and you didn't enjoy it." But I don't like rye.
That's just the way it is, though.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Well, guys,
That's great.
we're
Yeah.
about 50 minutes in.
Yeah, I think we
Okay.
should
All
go to
right.
the conclusion.
I just wanted to, before I put the website up, smokingunderground.com, because we're going audio, just go to the website.
right.
You can choose your podcast player. We're on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and a bunch of others, but you can easily follow or subscribe to the podcast there, or jump over there right now. Click that button, send us the email so you can still enjoy the live recordings whenever we do them. It won't be a set time. We'll just let you know. We'll send out an email maybe a day before, unless it's a spontaneous. As soon as we schedule it, we'll let you guys know. And I've got a list here. Let me blow this up so it's a little bit easier for me to see. Try not to close it. Upcoming episodes that we've laid out.
Oh, you guys are gonna like this. This is gonna be good. We sat down and really thought about this.
We'll do an episode on rappers.
Like Eminem, Tupac, things like that.
Activities while smoking a cigar. What kind of environment? Basically, this is your life,
Right.
or this is the life. Just the tip. Fill that in however you wish.
Fill that in however you'd like.
We're going to do a couple of the TV movie episodes. See here. We're Seed to Smoke. We're going to really dive in, and actually might be a multi-episode thing.
I'm
where
geeking
we're
out
going to
on
go
that.
through
I'm geeking
the
out.
whole. We might make that a special little series and
Oh, that's
bonus
gonna be cool
episodes.
right there.
Gonna grow our own tobacco
Come on.
during that one. and-
Don't tempt me. Don't do it.
Lighting styles, cutting styles. Do I want to tell you about this one or not?
Uh-oh.
If you went with just a tip, you got to do the rest of it.
That's
Well,
right.
We'll talk about Sisters of Itola,
Yep.
Oh, that's
Looking
gonna
forward
be
to
good
that.
too.
the episode hosted by the women that work for our company.
Yay, Tammy, the
And
queen.
it'll be a nice episode because there'll be no Devin or Gary. And while I'll produce it, I will sit over here and be quiet. Maybe they're not podcasters, so maybe they'll need some prodding. But I hope that's appropriate. We got a couple interviews we're hoping to get. We might even sit down with all of the store managers and let them discuss things. See here. Devin insisted we have a dedicated Candela episode.
Yes.
Probably, I've got these dates in here, but I'm sure the shows are going to move around. And we did
Certainly.
it last year. We'll probably do it again this year. We'll probably do it around that one. It'll probably be around St. Patrick's Day.
That's a good idea. I like that.
You know what we need to do? You know who we need to have on here? And this is no joke. We need to have Rocky.
I agree. I think he'd be great on the
I
show.
think he would too.
Yeah.
I really do. I think to wet his whistle on this show right here, I think he'd enjoy it.
I think he would. It'd be a nice
Yeah.
break from his hustle and bustle.
Yes, indeed.
Steve Saka published a paper recently about really diving into the tobaccos. We're gonna read through that. We're gonna try to make it a little bit more exciting than
Right.
the podcast I heard it on, because it's no offense, it's really dry because it's so technical.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get
Right
into
down my
that.
alley.
We're gonna dig out a couple of the more recent cigar FDA studies.
Okay. Good.
Monogram
Great.
number 9 is like from 2008, 2009.
Which you can find a link on our website for
Right
that.
on.
But there are a few more from like 2016, 2017. Don't hear about them because guess what? Same conclusion. And,
Same conclusion.
and I'm trying to find this episode here. I know I've got it on my other.
Well, sorry, Money Badger. I just finished the bottle. I'm just joking. I didn't. But I'm going to take one more hit of it.
Golly.
I won't get to drink this one again. So
And this is something you guys can comment on, and this will be a good thing. You can send us right now. You can send us an audio clip in that, or you can wait till the phone number comes up on the web page, where we basically, I think it's basically you'll click and you'll still record into your computer. But we're going to get out on the street a little bit and get random public opinions on cigar smoke.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is going to be
And
great.
if we all don't get
God.
killed while we're doing this,
That's gonna
we're
be
gonna, we're
fun.
gonna have it's kind of like the old Jay Leno jaywalking.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
how old I am. I haven't
Yeah.
watched a late night show since all those guys retired.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But just to find out what's going on. But those are some of the episodes that we've got on the calendar. If there's something you want us to talk about other than maybe what's Swisher Sweet or Dejarum or backwoods pears with a
Yeah.
steak or a turkey or a
Wood or
duck.
plastic tip.
Yeah.
Please no.
Well, that's just the tip, Gary.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. I
So-
forgot.
So that's a few of them. Got a couple other people that have asked to be interviewed. We'll see if
Yeah.
we'll let them.
I think
on.
it's going to
Yeah.
be good. I think you guys are going to enjoy the podcast lineup. You're going to enjoy the production value a lot more, I think. And I know we post a podcast already, I believe.
yes.
But I think with the way it's going to be handled, you're going to get a better quality show and you're going to have more interesting talking points and things like that.
And you can join as well.
Exactly.
That's going to be.
I think
nice,
that's going to be
you
a
know.
key element here.
Yeah.
Right now we don't have much going on, but those people, what I'm doing on my other podcast for people that are giving us the email, you're getting a swag pack, and we don't have one set up for Smoking Underground yet, but stickers, keychains, all that kind of BS that we all need more of.
Right.
But just as a thank you. And we're also on that podcast, and we'll do the same here. If you're on the email list, you live in the actual United States, one of the 50 United States, we're going to do a monthly giveaway. And somebody on the email list, we're going to do a random generator. Somebody on the email list will win.
Maybe 49.
something.
I don't know about Alaska. That's a lot of shipping costs.
No, they got that new special tobacco. Remember we talked about
Oh,
it
that's
earlier. in
true.
the show.
The secret Alaskan
Yeah.
freezer burn.
What
tobacco.
Yeah,
was
that's
it?
right.
The
Yeah.
Daniel.
The iceberg.
What was the Daniel?
Daniel Marshall.
Daniel Marsh. Where
Yeah.
do you think the gold that cigar is
Yeah.
wrapped?
Oh,
in?
that's true.
That is the gold wrapper
stand
from
corrected.
Dutch Harbor.
yeah.
Stand
Of course.
corrected.
Golly, man, I keep forgetting about that.
Frozen in my thoughts.
Indeed. Oh,
It would-
man.
Do you
Wish
want
we
to
could
build a
do-
snowman?
Wish we could do a Daniel Marsh because I'd like to know how that gold smokes.
Right?
He makes some mean, man. Daniel Marshall makes some mean humidors. Man, he makes some good humidors.
Well, I appreciate you going through that list. That's great. That
gonna
builds
be
a
a
lot
good
of
time.
excitement for us. I
It's
know
gonna be
for
cool.
me it is because I know we went over it, but just
Yeah.
hearing it rattled off like that, like I'm going, oh man, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So to conclude, John, where are you going to be this week?
I will be at Cigars and More 280 on Sunday, like usual.
Okay,
And then I'm going to be off the following week.
gotcha.
So
What time? You close at 6 on Sunday?
6 on Sunday.
Okay. All right. So the ball game starts at 5:30, but okay. Cool.
Well, I am not.
Ooh, I
going-
haven't talked to him about that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you do.
There might.
Mm,
I don't know. I don't know if they'll do it here or if they're going to do it in Pant Creek. But
yeah, man. That's gonna
And
be a
then
game.
tomorrow I will not be at Trust Vegas, so we're not doing the late night. I got something to attend tomorrow night, but I
No
will be
excuse.
back that next Friday,
No
and
excuse.
which I do have to talk to Harris about this, and I'm sure he's okay with it because we've done it once already. But
No
we're going to be
choice.
doing Super Bowl Sunday at Trustville.
Cool.
And I think Super Bowl says it starts at like 4:30 or 5:30 or something like that. So I'll probably be there. I would imagine about 3,
Okay. All right.
something like that.
No, you're talking about this Sunday.
No, I believe it's like the 7th.
So you are
or
talking about the Super Bowl. Okay.
the
all right.
Super Bowl.
I
Yeah.
got you. Okay. I thought you were
Which,
talking
if
about the
I'm not
championship game coming
mistaken,
up this Sunday.
I think it's the 12th.
Okay. Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Mm.
And then that's it for me. What about you, Gary? Where are you going to be?
I'll be at Vitola. Come see me. Bring
What you cooking?
yeah, bring money. Yeah.
Money. Oh yeah. Bring money.
Bring money. Come get your cigars. I will have jambalaya. And so
jambalaya.
yeah, you'll have jambalaya there. And it's gonna be I'm gonna try to make plenty of it. So save room. Come on, bring it.
Bring it.
Just bring it, man. Bowls are free.
And
Come
we
on.
will not be releasing an episode on the 2nd of February.
Right.
We're getting everything converted over to the audio.
Yeah.
I am going to, by the 2nd of February, have all of our back episodes that are not uploaded as audio all uploaded. So it'll be all the way through this episode. And our podcast will release on the Thursday mornings, beginning on February 9th.
Would I be remiss in saying that'd probably be like season 3? Because we had season 1 where we started, and then season 2 where we did.
We had season 1 with Behind the Curtain.
Right.
We had season 2, Smoking Underground, which we've done the last 2 years.
Right.
And I guess we could call that a season 3.
Yeah. Season 3.
Sweet.
Season 3.
I
Cool.
did change our podcast host, and I've been working with that for the last month or 2. And I think I got it changed without you getting all the episodes re-downloaded.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
which even the biggest podcasts I subscribe to, a lot of times when they change hosts. But
yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, John. Thank you, Gary. Remember to hit that like button, hit the hearts, all the Facebook and
all that
YouTube.
stuff,
Make sure to subscribe
please.
to all of those avenues and
Please.
hit up smokingunderground.com to
Yes.
find your best podcast portal
Yes.
that you're going to be into.
Yes. Yes.
And we thank you so much. Like, share, subscribe. And thank you for joining us on the live version of Smoking Underground. And we will see you in the depths
Later,
of
guys.
the podcast realm.
And remember, it's just beginning.
It
Hang
is
on.
just
Here
beginning
we go.
with season 3 of Smoking
Right on.
Underground.
Exactly.
Thank you, everybody. Have
Thank
a
you.
great and wonderful night. I don't know why I'm doing my voice like this.
That's okay. I'll take care of that.
Cheers.
Later.
good night.